How's it going, guys? It is Those Meddling Gamers, and I'm here to wish you a happy new year and all of that, and I hope you guys have a good 2013, and hopefully it'll be better in 2012. So here I am with some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 information about the new map pack that's been announced, Revolution. And this picture here that's on the screen, a lot of people said it's fake, but I myself have seen it in GameStop. I've seen it online, so it looks official. It's something that Activision and Treyarch would do. So we're gonna be diving deep into these into the maps I show here individually. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, so the first map we have here is Hydro. It kind of looks a little bit urban with some buildings in the background and stuff and a little bit of destruction. Alright, the next map we have here is Grind. This one looks pretty fun because it's a skate park. There's going to be a lot of obstacles in the way, and it's going to be pretty creative, so I'm looking forward to this map a lot. Alright, so here we have Downhill, which looks like a snowy mountainside. Pretty basic, and yeah, it looks kind of fun. And the final multiplayer map, we have Mirage, which looks like a map that takes place in China because you have the Chinese architecture in the background. So this, again, looks pretty interesting. And finally, we have the new zombie map, Die Rise. Now, this looks really cool. I'm really hoping it's going to be a big map like Transit. And as you can see here, you have soldiers. It looks like soldier zombies. They have grenades strapped to their chest, and they have a little bit of body armor. So, a lot of people think it's Der Rise, but it's not. It's Die Rise. And in German, this actually means the rise. And, when I think of, like, the rise and revolution, I think of, just everyone just, like, kind of rising against something. Like, for example, the Revolutionary War, the Americans rose against the British, which was, it kind of relates. So maybe they're talking about the rise of, like, the zombies and how or maybe the rise of us players trying to kill all these zombies and stuff and rise up against them. Alright, so first off, I'd like to say that all these screenshots are credited to OG X-Rays. I'll link him in the description. He's a really great commentator, so check him out. Alright, so anyway, we have a picture here of someone standing in a building with a ray gun. Pack-a-punch, of course. And I can't really say a lot about this because it could be fake, could very well be photoshopped. It's not that difficult to Photoshop, but then again, I mean, you never know. I mean, we have to take this because this is pretty much all we have of gameplay of this map. So as you can see, you're in a building with a little bit of destruction around it, and then there's buildings all around you. So is this character right now inside a building? Is he up top somewhere? And there's really not much you can say from this picture, but it looks pretty cool because this is the only screenshot of gameplay we have from this map. And hopefully when the trailer comes out, we can see a little bit more. Alright, so here's another screenshot I stumbled upon. This is the actual pregame lobby for the map Die Rise. As you can see up in the corner, it says Die Rise Survival, and it shows a little picture of the map. Also in the background, you can't really see, it's a little bit blurry, but there's pictures of zombies' faces. And if you can, on the Transit pregame, it's pretty much just like nothing, pretty much. And in the background changed, and that's pretty interesting. This I find highly believable, because this isn't, I mean, yes, this could be photoshopped, but it looks pretty realistic, and it looks really cool too. So yeah, this is another screenshot we have of this map. So yeah, all right, and this is the actual loading screen for the map of Die Rise, and as you can see up in the top, it says Germany, which is I highly believe that this is the location for the next map. Okay, so here's a lovely picture of Breslau, Germany. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that is what the location said on the loading screen. So as you can see here, it's very crowded with a lot of buildings and stuff like that. There's also, I'll pull up a picture of a marketplace which it's sprawling with tourists and people and stuff like that. So it's a pretty busy area. And as you can see in the background here, you have churches, you have really tall buildings, you have a river in the background. So I don't know how the map's actually gonna be set up, but I would predict it to be a lot of buildings, a heavy city flow, and stuff like that. So doing some research on Breslau, Germany, I found out that it's currently not even Germany anymore. It has belonged to a city in Poland, which I can't even, pronounce. But anyway, it belonged to Germany before World War II, and in 1945, when the borders changed, it got reclaimed back by Poland, which makes me believe that you have to time travel back in time to 1945 or beforehand, and you go to this city in Germany, which isn't really Germany anymore, which wouldn't make sense, because why would Treyarch have that at the loading screen, Breslau, Germany, when it's not even Breslau anymore? Doing some more research, I found a very historical event called the Warsaw Uprising, which took place in Warsaw, Poland, which isn't too far away from Breslau currently. This event happened from August 1st to October 2nd, 1944, just around World War II when it was ending, and basically a bunch of these Polish house-made armies just formed up together and uprised against the German officers and soldiers that were attacking Poland. And the city was completely blown to bits, and the Polish they failed their uprising, and the Germans were victorious, and they killed 200,000 civilians alone, not including soldiers. And this makes me believe that you travel back in time to this era and this event, because the city was blown up just like shown in the picture on the Die Rise poster, and you have all these deceased Polish and German soldiers. As you can see again on the cover of the Die Rise poster, you can see soldiers. So maybe you do travel back in time to when this event occurred. So yeah, and a lot of people are saying that this picture is fake because of the checkered background. But if you guys notice, and if you do the 8-player glitch for transit, the background for that loading screen also glitches out into a checker mode. Okay, so doing all this research and looking up all this stuff really makes me come up with some more theories about the transit Easter egg. Maybe you do sort of time travel back to 1945, let's say, and then maybe the whole area that you're in of transit is just cleansed. Because if you saw my previous video, I'll link in the description. There are command codes for cleansed diner, cleansed farm, cleansed stuff like that. So maybe you do I don't know, maybe travel to a new location, go hop into a teleporter, and then you travel back in time to 1945, and then maybe you have all these cleansed areas without the lava, without the destruction, and then maybe you sort of travel to Breslau, Germany in 1945 or 1944 when the Warsaw Uprising happened, and then you basically travel there, and there's all that destruction and stuff there from the bombings. So, I mean, the Warsaw Uprising, Revolution, Die Rise, it all makes sense. So feel free to share this video around. I mean, this has shocked me because doing a lot of information and research about this, I have come to the conclusion that what I say is what I believe. I think you go back in time to this map and stuff. So be sure to share this with your friends and just analyze it, do some research yourself, like and subscribe, all that stuff. So if you would like to see some more Black Ops 2 Zombies information, just send me a message or comment down below. And thank you guys a lot.